If I had to describe this tiny house, I would say it's earthy, natural, and a bit of that retro vibe. I think probably that comes from like the round shapes. And we tried to use locally made products, and we tried to use more natural material throughout the space here. Yeah, so this is the B-Drop 24 tiny house. So it's 8.5 feet wide by 24 feet long. And it's built on a steel frame base. This was built by B Tiny Homes, a company we founded about 2 years ago. And this was our first model that we built. And this model was designed with a few uses in mind, anywhere from a tiny house to backyard units, ADUs, and short-term rental pod. It's a perfect kind of size to kind of fit anywhere, especially if you have a restricted parcel of land. So the exterior siding for this one is spruce, and the accent wall is just a cedar post 2x2s. And we use cedar just to make sure that over time, especially here and with the cold and the warm, that it stays straight. This one is set up on a campground, Camping Ange Gardien, which is about 30 minutes from Ottawa, Canada. And we just went with extra wider patio doors. And the main reason is just to get a bit more light inside, especially when you're standing in the kitchen. Yeah, so it's about a third of the width of the tiny house. This model, you can actually have it on a trailer, on wheels. But for this model, we just wanted to sit it here, and we just used foundation blocks on, I think we have about 8 points under that it sits on. But yeah, it could be on wheels, could be on regular foundation. I mean, we have a steel frame that we did for this one. It's not necessary to have, we just did it because we moved it to a couple shows, and we just wanted to be a bit more sturdy for the shipping. It's 8.5 feet wide, so it's basically the size of the width of a container. So it goes on any kind of flatbed without having to go and get a special permit. The height would be 13.5 total when it sits on the flatbed. We hooked up a heat pump because we do rent it out and it's being used in the winter. And this one, the water comes in right here, just like basically like a regular RV. And here, that's a 50 amp. So plug in here, and then it gives you your electricity, and you're good to go. And we're connected to a septic tank. So basically, RV setup. But if not, your service would run through under the house, and it would be connected differently than the way we're doing it here. Yeah. So this one here, you're actually below the bed. Inside, so we actually insulated everything here, and that's where your service would be, your electrical panel that's over here, and you have your hot water tank, if you do need one, would be here as well, and the rest could just be used as storage. Yeah, so right now when you come in, you're coming to the living space area where we just put a little L couch, where you can actually use it as a bed if you put the cushion down. Under here, you'll have a bit of storage, extra storage too. We also have all those like LED lights. In order to fit a couch in such a small space, we had to go custom. So we had them made by someone locally here. For heat and cooling, we have the little fireplace, and it would heat up about 400 square feet. And we added the heat pump that gives you AC and heat. For the wall here, it's a lime paint. And all the wood that you see here, it's Russian birch plywood. So they come in 4x8, then they just click together. So all the walls, the ceiling, it's all the same wood. So that's a company from Quebec that does that. Cork floors. Again, that's another example of what we've used for material. Up here, you would have your bedroom, which, like you just saw, it's above the storage area. To get up to the bedroom area, you just have the 2 little steps here to go up, which they actually serve as storage as well under. This one here is a queen size bed, and the window you see, it's actually a 4x4 awning, so it opens out. And we made it flush to the bed, just to kind of give you a bit more of that feel that you're almost outside. And to get some air in too, because you are in a small space here. This one we do have like the fan, so that helps a lot. But that window, and we have one in the bathroom too that opens up, so that kind of gives you a bit that airflow that you would need. And then you have some extra storage on top here, and low TV as well. And you have, for a bit more privacy, you can close the blinds. In order to kind of create a bit of privacy between the rooms, we just created that kind of arch. It's just to create a bit of separation in the space. And also it kind of act as a divider to hide the storage area in the back too. It's actually a double arch. Yeah, and we're just hiding the curtain rod under here. And yeah, it just goes with like the style. We have a bit of, the round countertops and the curved tile work. So we're trying to kind of find that shape a bit everywhere in the space. So this tiny house is built with insulated panels. It's basically just OSB, insulation, OSB, and it's kind of just squished together. Yeah, so the panels, they serve as your structure and your insulation. And one of the reasons also we went with that company, another company from Quebec here, is with the panel you can get a wall that's not as wide, but that gives you a lot of R-value. So it's a great product for, if you're trying to save inches inside. We're R45 for the roof, the floors, and your walls are R40. Right now we're in the kitchen. So here basically you kind of have everything you need, but on a smaller scale in a way. So we went to 2-burner stove, pretty large sink for the space, and it's actually a stone sink. Here we had no room for a regular fridge, so we went with the smaller fridge here. Then after here, here on that side, you'll have all your storage. So we get a bit of extra storage here. Same here. On top here, you just have two extra shelves. So in terms of finishes that we have here, like we went with the wave panel from that company. They're both fronts. They just add a bit of texture to the space. And we went more of a regular finish at the bottom here. In terms of the quartz, recycled quartz from Canada, we just finished up all the way up here. Yeah, so here, having the island, it's kind of the divide between, your little kitchen and the living room. So here you have a tiny little stove that actually works perfectly. And we just have extra storage here. We want to have an actual kitchen that people can enjoy and actually cook real meals. And that overhang here, we decided to add that so you can actually sit two on top here. And we went with the round edge just so it makes it a bit easier to kind of navigate in a small space. And I also mentioned the windows before, so when you stand in the kitchen, you see both sides. So if you don't go with kind of your patio door that gives you that extra 2 feet of width, you would have just been a bit more closed in. So that's why we wanted to have that kind of windows on both sides. So now we're in the bathroom. So here, it was in a small space. It was a bit of a puzzle, especially when you have a 3x3 shower. First thing was the size of the toilet. We had to kind of go with the smallest toilet we could potentially, possibly find. Yeah, sink, again, we went, with the round shape, and again, as small as possible, but it does a good job. Yeah, in terms of storage, it's pretty limited, but in this model, it's not installed yet, but here you can have extra storage. So you would have extra space here for towels and whatnot. So the shower, as you can see, is the same, the same tile that just continued from the kitchen to the bathroom and the shower. And here we just went with a kind of an overhead shower faucet. And also you have here kind of a built-in shelf with LED lights. As you can see, it's a pretty decent shower. It's 36 by 36, so 3 by 3 feet. We do have a fan here in the bathroom, and as well, the window opens up. In terms of cost, this one would be 130,000 Canadian. Yeah, so this tiny house comes with different layouts. We have some that have 2 queen-size bed, there's some that has no kitchen, there's some that are built for really more the off-grid. We also have the B-drop 14. They're more pods because they're 10 by 14. They're just built for a flex space. I do have a background in real estate, but over time just got a bit tired of it and just wanted something that just piqued a bit more my interest for design, for building, for creating. And that's kind of how we founded Be Tiny. We're pretty happy with the way it came out. We had an amazing team behind it, from the designer to the contractors that were involved. Overall, I mean, it's been a fun experience.
Subscribe to Exploring Alternatives, and please share this video if you liked it. You can also follow and find out more about Be Tiny Homes on Instagram and on their website. Thanks for watching.